No.
Good evening and welcome to Damage Does D&D. It is Tuesday, so therefore it is the Elusive Tide, the pirate campaign. But I'll let Jade tell you all about that.
So, last we left off, smashy roar, something like that. You
Great
had
update,
been...
thanks. That's all you need to say.
That's all you need to know. You had been effectively trying to follow the trail of Kai Shun, the supposed leader of the Blue Blades, who'd caused a little bit of trouble for you so far, upon decree of Orala. You had made landing at a smuggler's port that Aldris knew of from his time in the organization, and found it to have been upgraded to a dockyard or a shipyard that was abandoned. You investigated deeper into the forest, finding it rather clear-cut, open land in the jungle, to find a lumber camp, also abandoned, though with destruction and ashes. And you very quickly discovered the source of that destruction as this large, monstrous dinosaur that was more than some kind of beast, with these sulphurous spines and blazing footprints. You managed to take it down after some difficulty. Its roar was terrifying, and yeah, it was just big and stompy, because why not? And upon taking it down, you elected to continue following the path, finding out what the Blue Blades were up to here. You found a section of the path leading up to a mine had seemingly collapsed, though it seemed like there were scorch marks underneath the rubble. You climbed it it took a little bit for some, but climbed it and found yourselves at the entrance of a mine, darkened and seemingly abandoned. That is where we will pick up. So, you all stood outside of this mine. It doesn't seem long abandoned, but it does seem abandoned. Like, whatever could have been useful has been taken, and everything else has been left to rot.
I will just take options to remind Kirken, Pine, Quarantine, Balkan, and Lack, you all have 300-foot dark vision for the next hour.
Thank you.
Right, well, let's get in and out quickly, investigate what we can. But we need to not stay here too long.
Do we investigate, Captain? I thought there was another group who did that.
Yes, I've heard of them. Fine people.
I have an important question. What has happened to Science Rhino? How long does Science Rhino last?
Oh, Science Rhino would have disappeared after the mill had been destroyed.
Okay.
Because Kirkland's a mother now, and he's very distracted.
Okay. Well, when Science Rhino goes, I'll drop my form.
With the newly
I
added
believe you had turned into a crab for Lack to fly you up the cliff.
That's right. Yeah, I forgot about that. That's right.
With the added dark vision to some of us from Eyeless, looking into the mine entrance, does it look like there is any form of light coming from it?
No. I don't even need a perception check. You can see torches on the walls, but they've been snuffed out.
Well, I'm going to start moving down.
Okay.
Righto, Captain. Let's go.
You enter into the mine, and you find yourselves kind of entering in these chipped away tunnels. The stone has been dug away and cast to the side. You occasionally come into a small cavern, into small caverns of much darker rock. In one, you see this large pool of water that seems almost green on the surface as you pass it.
That's not good.
And eventually, you find yourselves where the tunnel kind of twists and turns. You find your path blocked by a similar pool of water. If you bring your attention to the roll 20, hopefully this has worked, and I have not messed anything up.
It's dark.
Quick question with you. It's all dark. Zooming out.
Yeah, no, it is all dark.
Yeah,
That's definitely
bottom
dark.
left.
Should be bottom left.
Oh, right.
Is revealed,
Yep,
nothing
gotcha.
else.
Oh, okay, got you.
Quick question.
In
We
fairness, we're
didn't
inside a
take a
cave.
rest
You hadn't said that you'd taken a rest after the fight with the dinosaur. You can if
I
you
didn't
wish.
think we
Can if you wish. Be an hour for a short rest.
No, I think we need to move on.
Thank you very much for the stream.
I'm gonna go up to the water's edge and just have a close look, see if I can see through it or anything moving.
Make a perception check as you're kind of looking out into the water, into this water.
I was definitely aiming for an investigation, but
Yeah, sure. If you're focusing more on the water itself rather than trying to look through it, then yeah.
okay. Well, I'll still take the roll because my perception would have been 16, but my investigation's 22.
Okay. You kind of kneel down at the edge, and you kind of notice that the rock under your feet kind of grades into this gravel and then sand. As you kind of look closely, you can hear this faint fizzing sound. You look to the side, and you can see that the rock walls are just ever so slightly fizzing. You suspect that this isn't water, this is some form of acid.
Would you like me to reconnoiter, Captain?
Klein just puts a couple of fingers in the water just to double check.
Okay. Make a constitution saving throw for me.
While he's doing that, I'll be saying, nobody touch the water.
Yeah, 17, sorry.
17. Okay. You kind of put it in, you feel the slight tingle of it trying to eat at your skin, but pull out before it can really do any damage.
I can't see shit down here, so I'm gonna crawl up Kirkin.
You've
Does
got
it-
300 foot of dark
Kirkin,
vision.
you now have 2 small animals riding on you.
It's more that I'm
actually,
down low because I'm a crab rather than.
I will go and retrieve the crab icon. I think I've got one. Yes, I do.
Does the feeling of this water feel similar to the inside of the big fiery beast's mouth to Klein?
Similar, slightly more intense, I would say.
Cool.
The walls of the cavern, are they, just looking at this sort of rock structure, are there minerals running through it? Metals? Shining metals?
Make an investigation or perception check.
Investigation or perception. So that's a +2 or a +4. I'll do perception. 19.
19. You kind of look about, and occasionally your eye catches on a couple of glints of metal. Far too small to really, even to your money-hungry needs, really not worth kind of digging out. And as you're kind of looking, you notice that there are kind of like chips of where someone has been attacking the rock with, say, a pickaxe or something to break out the minerals.
Okay.
Further out along this path, are there any sort of like, I suppose, islands of unmolested rock that we can get to?
You can see there are some areas of rock that are poking out. in the water. Well, acid. You can give me a perception check, actually, Ilis, if you're looking out over the acid.
Yeah, that's fine.
Mr. Lack, could you just fly ahead and check out around the corner?
Aye, Captain. I will do exactly that.
Okay.
I'll fly out over the bubbly acid up to here and see what's around there.
21.
21. Okay. Whilst I am just doing, where is it? It's that one. Right. So as you're kind of looking out over it, you can see that there are possibly some routes that you could take. You just have to excuse me one moment, James. I'm have to do this in two parts.
Don't worry about it.
So there's the first half. So and as you're kind of looking, you notice that on the far side, and I'll ping this once I've finished marking this out, you can see an area where the acid seems to what's the word? It seems to kind of, not quite whirlpool, but it seems to be kind of flowing down a little bit.
It's draining
And you
out.
think you can see, well, not necessarily draining out, but you think you can see a smaller passage under the surface of the acid that kind of goes further into, say, another cavern. I will ping that for you. It seems to be about there, Ilis.
Okay.
Is there any way if we can tell if this is like a natural sort of liquid or if this is like chemical
You could
produced?
do. What I would say is, if you're proficient with alchemist supplies, you could roll an Arcana check, but otherwise roll an intelligence check.
13.
13. It doesn't seem natural. The color really doesn't feel natural to you, but you're not entirely sure what this could be from. Exactly. Yeah. Lack, you come around the corner and you see these large, kind of like dull crystals kind of filling another chamber with several different passages leading off
Okay.
in different directions.
I'll carry on just into here and just see if I can see anything dangerous.
Okay, make a perception check for me, please.
Perception. That's 20.
20. Okay, as you continue in a little bit, you can see into one of the kind of like out tunnels to the side. There seems to be something glowing in there and some kind of cloud that seems to kind of murmur at your presence. And as you go further, you see another one just behind you that seems to be some kind of murmuring. Doesn't sound friendly.
Okay. I will scoot back. Captain, it goes around the corner and the acid ends in a big chamber with funny crystals and weird angry clouds that make funny noises at me.
I love
Very
that.
peculiar.
Right.
Do I, or I suppose any of the crew, asking on behalf of all of us, know of any other areas that have been like this on our travels, with acid instead of water on islands, or any monsters, creatures, what we know of?
I mean, make either a history or a hearsay, I'd say.
Okay.
As to whether you remember or if you've overheard people talking about.
Captain, there's a little point, ever so slight whirlpool there. This would hint that there's another passage under the liquid, potentially to another cabin.
Right. Come back to that.
14 for history.
14 for history. Nothing that jumps out at you. Nothing in particular. But you spent most of your life on the seas.
Yeah, that's fine.
Mr. Klein, could you just do an experiment for us?
Oh, we love these.
Just step into the liquid and stand there for a second.
Righto.
Just to see if it hurts or if it starts eating your clothing or anything.
Okay. As you step in, Klein,
Just good management delegation.
Could you make for me another Constitution saving throw for me, please?
Oui.
Like pirates equivalent to a risk assessment.
Klein assessment.
Non-natural 20.
The resources available to you.
Non-natural 20. Okay. So
Klein's gonna ease it. It's gonna seem safe.
You take, and you're a water genasi, aren't you? You take 3 points of acid damage reduced to 1.
Yeah.
And as you see, kind of the leather on your boots kind of fizz a little bit, but not quite break down.
It's a little bit tingly, Captain, but not much.
Is it acidic or alkaline?
I'll step back out. Oh, sorry, I was thinking. Just heard that.
Do you have an inspiration at the moment, Vulcan?
Yeah, because I never use them.
Okay, cool. You have another one to add to your maximum of 1. That was fantastic. And I don't actually know off the top of my head. I think it's acidic. My instinct would say.
You said it
Acid
was
probably is.
acid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said it was acid, but D&D...
acid is acidic.
They use... Yeah. What I'm basing this on...
The base is alkaline.
Is...
Yeah. we're getting into salts next. Come on, just... Oh my god, the nerding is hard.
Yes. Can we have an accurate pH number, please? It's non-7, that's established.
Yeah, it's not 7. It's... Hang on.
Lower equals acidic.
And
Yep, lower than 7.
the crab is thinking all this because I'm a crab, so I can't say any of this.
When Klein walked into the acid, how deep was it?
He probably stepped in a little bit and it went down about a foot, but it seems to go down relatively deep.
Bearing in mind I'm 7-1.
So, the question is, does anybody have a large gold raft?
Have to be gold?
Well, traditionally gold is inert and is unaffected by acid.
I see.
I know this and many other facts about gold. Another fact that I know about gold is it doesn't float.
That's excellent for a raft, then.
Indeed.
Do we have anything what could, like, neutralise this?
I'd say about 2 or 3 in answer to your question. I did the research.
That's pretty potent, then.
Yeah.
Looking up at the cavern ceiling, how high is it?
It gets to be about... Lack was able to fly underneath it, but only gets to be about 4 foot. It gets to be about 4 foot above the level of the acid.
Ooh,
at one point.
okay.
So
I don't like that at all.
it might be a bit of a challenge to climb through.
Klein's going to try something here.
Doable, but I'm excited, Fiddy, please.
So Klein obviously isn't up with all of the science and shit. So he's just going to see if there is any amount of water in this and just use the cantrip shape water to see if it can move it.
I
You drink it.
actually have an idea. I may be able to dilute it with create water.
Okay.
If
You're not googling stuff.
if you say that out loud, Eyeless, I can help you with that.
Could we? The dilute. There seems a lot of liquid here. You would also need to produce a lot of water to dilute it significantly enough.
Well,
Can we just chop up some rope, have Mr. Lack attach them to the ceiling, and create some sort of?
Or
Well, I suppose I could add a little extra. I haven't had a pee in a long time, Captain.
what's the floor like at the edge of the liquid? Is it sort of soft?
It kind of, it does grow soft. It kind of grades into a bit of a sandy ground.
I'm going to take my rapier out, and I'm just going to sort of dig it into the edge where it's soft and sandy. Does it go far down?
Was it quick enough?
Yes.
Excellent. Sorry, you were digging something with your rapier?
Yeah, I just want to dig into the edge, the floor at the edge of this liquid to see how far down it will go.
You kind of dig in and kind of scrape a little bit against rock underneath. You suspect that it's starting to kind of
Seep through.
eat away a little bit.
Captain, would it be possible somehow to channel this liquid out of the mine? Perhaps digging a trench with some kind of force. Therefore getting rid of the problem that exists before us. Or a hole in the wall, perhaps. But I don't know how far that would go.
Wait, Alice, you saw a.
yes, there is an ever so slight whirlpool over yonder. I'm pointing at.
So the liquid is already escaping.
I will say it doesn't seem to be escaping. It just seems to be kind of transferring, bubbling. I'm great with description, so I was just trying to draw attention to that area. It's not necessarily draining out of there.
It's almost as
Seems to
if
be
there's
there's just
two
an
ends.
under acid tunnel underneath. Yeah.
So does it drain into that first pool we saw, do we think?
Potentially.
So enlarging
Equally-
that might be fun.
But equally, it also might be seeping up into places.
Up. Against gravity, you mean?
Unless something's producing it from below.
There is that, of course.
Bit of an odd question, but do we know any other ways of neutralizing acid? Can it be like burned or like electrocuted or anything like that, or frozen?
I'll say for simplicity's sake, because I am not a chemist, that outside of maybe diluting it with water, none of the methods you have available would necessarily work. Water might, but you'd have to add quite a lot. It may lessen the effects of the acid at least.
I'm just gonna quickly, while I think of it, give my rod a squeeze.
Ooh, I say.
Is now really the time, Captain?
Hey, if you've got it, squeeze it.
Are you squeezing your rod for your watery patron?
Do you know what? That's an even better idea. No, I was squeezing my rod to use an action to recover a spell
Yep, absolutely.
slot, but could a patron be of use here?
Yeah, would have been a really good time to have grant resistance on my spell list.
Yeah.
Oh well.
I mean, 2 of your party resist acid, so I don't see what the problem is.
That's true. It's 2 of them, wherever they are, can just carry the rest of us.
The party does. The equipment not necessarily does as well.
Yeah, it's sort of dim light in here, isn't it? Well, it's dark.
Yeah, it is actually pretty dark. I would say.
I don't
So
even
who doesn't have dark vision?
that everybody has dark vision now because I covered the people that didn't have it.
Cool.
I quite like your idea, Aldous. Maybe try digging out a little bit of the first one, see if it empties it a bit.
You could try that. Well, do you two want to go and have a go at that? Anyone else wants to go with them? Some of us can stay here and try and think up other methods, and we can let you know if it does start.
Yeah, I'll
Righto.
wander back with Clyde.
Yeah. And I've got my spare shield on my back. So I'm going to use that as a spade.
What if you dig?
Okay.
If you just sort of extend the shoreline, as it were, so moving the
yeah.
soft backwards.
Which
Yeah.
shield is this?
I've got the storm scale shield, which is a spare one.
Okay. It's possibly. You try it, and in the harder rock, it's probably going to take a while to dig a channel with that.
I'll just do what Aldous just said and try and
Yeah, we're
use
just
it,
gonna, at the edge of
scrape it back.
the liquid to sort of
Okay.
move the soft rock
Yeah.
out. Does the liquid sort of increase?
As you kind of pull as you kind of pull some of the material away from that kind of shore, it doesn't visibly drop, but it does seem to spread to where you have dug out a little bit. You suspect there's quite a bit here.
Right.
That would mean how much smaller is this pool to the other?
The pool further back is a few feet across, as opposed to about 5 feet across, I'd say. It'd take up a square on one of these maps. So
That's
the one
only
there
tiny.
is
Okay.
yeah, it's quite small.
So you'd have to fill the
Yeah,
whole
we'd have to.
walkway again. Yeah.
That's not going to happen.
No. Okay. So we'll walk back and just obviously let them know that it's possible, but you'd be trapping yourself in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How far is it?
Yeah, I've cunningly
60,
put it around the
65,
corner
70,
to prevent any
75,
misty stepping.
80. Yeah. It's about 80 feet, isn't it? On a curve.
This is what, a couple of feet deep.
The pool itself goes to be about 3 or 4 feet deep at the very deepest, but that deepest is kind of over here.
Yeah. Where the little like
where it kind of gullies down.
Okay.
Quarantine, if you got any spells that might help here, I'm just racking my brain for what I can do. I don't think a gust of wind is going to help.
I don't really know. I don't think any of my spells that I have are going to affect this really too much.
I can break rock, but the problem with that is it makes an awful lot of noise and might bring the entire thing down on us. I don't think...
Question.
Okay.
Sorry, go on.
So,
Finish.
I have an idea. Now, you might think it's a bit crazy, but How about if we get Mr. Lack to fly across to where it's safe with some rope? And then we use, and I'll bring out my spare shield. We use this as a sort of coracle and pull ourselves along the rope, one by one, until the shield dissolves into the acid.
Well, I mean, I suggested earlier if Mr. Lack could attach rope to the ceiling, we could create a.
That
Yeah,
would be
If
there's
everybody's
only
strong
a
enough.
4-foot gap between the top of the acid and the ceiling.
Yeah, with that
Oh, is-
gap, the only people that would be concerned would be Balkan in his turtle form and Kirkin.
Well, just lift your feet upon it as well.
Because if you guys are kind of like,
Cloth your way along.
if you're kind of lying back, crawling along the ceiling, you should be fine.
Question for DM. How long a trip is it? Did it take us to get from Monster to here?
Monsters are here. I would say probably about a good 40 minutes from the
Okay.
lumber camp to where you are.
So, did Monster have fur, or did it have scales?
Scales, it was a dinosaur. It had feathers as well, because
Dinosaur.
How big were its scales?
fairly sizable.
Captain, when I was in that monster's mouth, it was like acid was inside it as well, so it might have had like some resistance to it. So maybe if we went back and get some of the scales, we could use them as like rafts.
Okay, but also, you and I have acid in our stomachs, but we're not resistant to acid.
Did not realise that.
We are. Well, I am, Captain.
Oh,
Would 40 gallons of water, do you reckon, would help? Because I've just read something that I didn't realise before that might
Casting
actually
it
help.
higher.
Because create water, you can choose to either increase the square footage or double the amount of water. As it goes up a spell slot level.
Hang on. I'm just looking something up. It's going to be in US gallons. So.
As we all know, surely there was some simplistic way to get around this, guys. But as a D&D party,
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah,
we've got no
absolutely.
chance. It's like a mildly locked door. We're going to be here for all night.
Or a bridge.
Yep.
Or a bridge, yeah. Whilst all this is going on, I'm just going to I've got a crowbar, so I'm just going to remove my crowbar and just sort of like chipping away at the seam of gold, just to see if I can get any out.
It's as you kind of chip away at it, you realise it's not gold. It seems to be some kind of shiny, rare metal.
Shiny and rare, we can sell it for gold. Chip, chip, chip.
You can add some shiny metal dust to your inventory.
Perfect.
As you do that. So, roughly, and I didn't think this would require this much of it. So, 40 gallons, from what I can tell, is relatively small compared to this pool. I think.
so even if you had 80 gallons, it wouldn't do much.
Yeah, volume is fucking weird.
Crab Balkin thinks this is a brilliant idea. Dan thinks this is a horrendous idea.
What, dumping a bunch of water in a big pool of acid?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
I've definitely
I'm
not.
keen.
I've definitely not looked up what would happen, possibly.
It's not at all similar to like using a cup of water to put out a chip and fire.
Yeah, and vapors and yeah.
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 But at least we'd be high.
But crab me goes, go for it.
What do you say, Captain? Maybe go back and get some of these scales? We might be able to create some sort of raft or something.
I'm not sure we have the time.
Hmm.
I'm going to use my steps.
Why don't you just run through it very fast?
That's a very good point, Mr. Leck. I will run through it very fast.
I
Are
grab
you going for it?
Iris. I grab him before he goes in, knowing that
Okay.
I am resistant to it.
Okay. I would like
I'm
dex
actually a
checks from
bitch
the
fight
both of
happening in
you.
the acid now.
A dex check. Okay. I'm
Dex
really,
check
really
from
good
both
at
of you
these.
as to whether
Are you
or
really
not
good at these?
Klein can catch
Whoa, I'm
Aldous
terrible
in
at
time.
these.
Aldous uses his charisma for his weapon.
I got 16. So 17 minus 1 for 16.
What did you get, Klein?
I got 14.
Oh. Okay.
Oh,
Aldous,
Okay.
you run in and begin
30.
swimming your way. Well, actually, no, you probably walk. Run.
Yep.
You no
First of
longer
all-
have knees.
Can you give me a Constitution saving throw for me, please?
Yes.
I will follow, but I hover
18.
above the water because it's
18.
Yep.
Okay, that is a success. I'll be blatant about that. Ba, 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 ba. Yes, use the dice that you can't read. It's a brilliant idea. You take 6
It
points
is.
of acid damage
Uh-huh.
and make it halfway through the pool.
Excellent.
Next, can you make a perception check for me, please?
Of course.
Do you
no offense,
notice
Chaz. I
that
kind
you-
of wanted to fail it.
trousers?
This is
18.
what happens.
18.
Yep.
You see something very shiny glinting from that hole.
Perfect. That's where I'm going.
Want me to
Okay.
follow him, Captain?
Whilst Aldous is going there, what are the rest of you doing?
I would have followed using my steps of night, so I will just basically hover above the water.
Okay. Ilis can float above the water. You have to kind of duck a little bit at one point,
Yep, that's
but
fine.
you can make it across perfectly fine.
It's not water though, does it? Does that
I think Steps of Night is a flying speed, I believe, so...
Ah, okay, fair enough.
But I would allow water walk to work here.
I don't know.
One of the things I had in mind, just in case. But I didn't know if any of you had taken it.
Nope.
So, what are the rest of you doing?
Come on in. The water's fine.
You've got a pool of acid before you. You've got some craggy rock walls.
I'll just fly through to the other side and keep watch here.
Okay.
Oh, fuck. I was about
Did
to
we
say
take a
before you
short
do that,
rest in the end?
No.
No.
I
Okay.
was about to say before you do that, take Vulcan with her. He's a crab.
Mm.
I'm just gonna nip Kirkin's ear, like, come on, do something.
The first nip I will ignore.
I don't particularly want to go in there.
No. Our clothes are far too fine.
Oh,
I
fuck.
think you know a bit
It's
more
That said, Aspen
enticing
Treated
for
Silk is
quarantine.
very nice.
I think no. I don't particularly want to ruin my nice new tattoo.
Player question here.
Go ahead.
Otherwise, I'd strip out of my clothes and do it. But
How long-
I actively get excited whenever Fiddy has a question for me.
How
It's
long
great.
does haste? How long does haste last for? It's just a minute, isn't
A
it?
minute. A minute, and you are stunned for a turn afterwards.
So if it ran out halfway through the pool, that'd be bad.
That would be really bad, but you could probably make it through perfectly fine.
How long did it take Aldous to get there?
2 rounds.
Yeah, probably 2 rounds with 1 save.
So, what? Say 3 rounds, so 18 seconds to get to one side. Yeah.
Yeah, just about.
So definitely player chat here now. and
Just
more
run through.
directed towards Nat. If I was hasted, I could carry someone, which means that my speed would not be reduced, so I could still make it.
Well, you tend to move faster than most, darling.
So that
So-
is that is a possibility. Just putting that out there as a
Does
fit.
anybody have haste?
Gherkin, Klein, Zarut, what are you guys doing? Balkan?
I quinned it several times, and you're asking if I have haste.
And with that, it would cut the travel back to get a second person. So I could potentially do 2
Your
people.
movement speed would be reduced, extra action. I'd say, yeah, you could get, let's see, it'd be, let's see, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1. You could probably get 3 trips in a single haste if you were quick enough.
Yeah. So I could potentially get 3 people across.
It depends on your strength more than anything.
Yeah, you're not getting Kirkin across.
I've got I'm pretty much maxed out of strength. I'm 21.
That's just a quick above the table question here for anybody that cares to answer. Anybody heard of a thing called pythons or pitons?
Yeah, I did look. I don't have any.
Genuinely, when you were talking about
climbing and roping our way.
But
yeah,
The rule of
I
D&D
thought
is that
you
you have
guys
them in
were
your
gonna-
inventory, never use them.
I genuinely thought you guys were going to be like, all right, we'll do some athletics checks and then we'll see how it goes. But no, I'm living for this. This is great. I should do this more often.
What's the shiny thing?
It's a shiny thing. Okay, so whilst you guys are still deciding, Aldris, you can see that there's a tunnel. You can fit through it as you swim.
Oh, I'm going for it.
You
It's a
going
shiny
through?
thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. As you go through, can you make another Constitution saving throw for me, please?
Chaos Goblin right here. I love it.
Absolutely. Constitution. I get a huge +1 to that. 19.
19. Okay, I'll be with you
Dear
in just a
Arala,
moment.
Aldous died in your service. We'd have liked to bring you back to body for burial, but it dissolved.
It's okay. Orala's protecting me.
sorry.
She's coated me with gold.
Uh-huh.
Sorry, what was the save there?
19.
19. You take 4 points of acid damage, and you
Okay.
find yourself in another smaller cavern. You can see there's a small pocket of air above you, and you can see another hole in the wall just ahead, and the glow is a bit brighter.
Perfect.
Okay. As you go even further, can you make another Constitution saving throw for me, please?
Absolutely. I will fail one eventually, you know that, right?
Yep.
Now, 11.
Why do you...
I think
11.
that's what the
As
PM's
soon as you
counting on.
said that.
I've only got a +1, so...
Okay. This is going to take a quick moment, so I'm going to handle the saving throw first. So, first of all, that is a failure on 11.
Uh-huh.
You take... Ooh.
Why are you no longer on the map?
Oh,
Ooh.
sorry, yes. There's a
You
tunnel.
take 10 points of
Mhm.
acid damage.
Yep.
And...
And...
Okay.
this should
That
go
would
Just
well.
be-
for so that it was a mass exfoliate. Get rid of those dead skin cells.
5.
What, all of
And
them?
the live ones.
Can you roll a
Just for the
roll a
creases,
d6 for me? Re-rolling on a 6.
Roll a d6, reroll a d6. 3.
3. Okay. As you swim, you can hear fizzing, and the mace that you carry on your hip seems to be degrading. That mace now has a -1 modifier to its attack rolls and damage rolls.
I would just unclip it and drop it. I don't care.
Okay.
Captain. Quarantine. Are we going to like haste me? I can potentially get 3 people across, which is pretty much all of us here.
As long as we can use the same method to get back, or we could try and attach some climbing equipment to the walls or the ceiling so that everybody can get through. barring them just letting go.
Well, I've got some rope. I don't have anything to attach the rope to the wall, so.
Yes, I also have rope. Don't have
I'm
anything
just going
to
to leave what Aldris has found for a little bit, just to be a tease.
Okay.
I do have a single potion of flying, but that will only get us one way.
Captain, I shout back down. Having heard that, I can maybe cast flying with my guitar thing
Okay.
and levitate as well.
Levitate would work.
Yep, levitate and pull.
Hover you above the surface.
And I'll zoom back down the corridor. My apologies, Captain. This is new to me.
It's fine, but still, there are 5 of us here. I presume Klein would be okay just strolling through it. But there are
Bertha
3
is
of us.
currently carrying Balkan.
And a baby.
And the baby.
But between the potion and the spells, there's a lot of us to get there and back still.
If anyone's got pittons, I can put them in across, attach the rope to it, so we've got something to grab onto on the way back.
I do not.
It's almost like a campaign based on piracy set at the sea has very little use for pitons in an adventure pack.
Yes,
Yeah.
I don't have many.
Well, I had to dump mine because they were too heavy. I couldn't fly with them. I'm so tiny. So, Captain, who should I put fly on and who should I put levitate on?
It is possible, Captain, that we will find a alternative exit to this cave system.
Yes, it's possible that we will find a portal of teleportation to take us to our dream place. We can't guarantee.
You mean to say you don't all have Tomes of Town Portal?
We can't guarantee in any way that we're going to find an alternative way out.
But where's the advantage, Captain, without a little bit of risk, right?
Yes, but I'm in charge of all of you idiots.
I think we're all giving
And
up
just-
consent, Captain.
Just think of how much larger your share will be when, half of your crew dissolves.
I found some gold, Captain. Treasure this
I
way.
felt that link.
Okay. Do you guys want some more time to think, or do you have a plan that you wish to action?
If anybody, speaking out of character, if anybody has pythons, however you want to pronounce it, let us
We
know.
all
I
need to
think the
go.
answer is no. Nobody has them. Otherwise,
No, I
somebody
don't.
would have piped up by now.
Why don't the scouty people just go scout?
I mean, yeah, that is actually a possibility. But
You've got
we
one
also need
person who
to
can
go up.
fly.
Yeah, and it's
Nothing bad
quiet.
has ever come of splitting the party.
D&D.
Oh, the fly lasts for 10 minutes. Oh, but the levitates for 10 minutes, but they're both concentration, so I have to cast one, that person goes across, then drop it and cast the other.
But
Maybe,
levitate,
maybe it's just Lack who goes on a very stealthy scouting mission.
Oh,
But-
shit.
I will say, if you cast levitate, you're going to need somebody to pull the person who's levitating.
I can fly, so I could pull the person along, that's not a problem.
Or they could use, because it's only a small ceiling, they could use that to,
Pull themselves across, yeah.
yeah.
Oh no, I like Lack having a balloon.
I mean, yeah, that works.
Yeah, exactly.
Quite thankful that
pretend
none
that's
of you were
quality.
paying attention there.
Oh,
Yeah,
all right.
Oh,
Sorry.
I
I
absolutely
didn't.
was.
Damn it.
I didn't.
But I've
Yeah.
already committed to going that way, so
Yeah,
Um,
it's fine.
We've lost our helpsman. Gone for-
If someone goes with Lack, if he casts fly or levitate on them, whichever one, I can go after Aldris to make sure he's okay. So then there's at least 2 and 2.
I mean, I could use the spells to help us get through quicker, but we don't know what we're going to need when we get further down. That's my only
Exactly.
concern.
Yes.
So maybe like that goes off with someone, Captain, and I go after Aldous. You stay here where it's safer, and we can come back to you then, right?
How about, I think the least spell intensive option is to haste you, Clyde,
Righto.
and then you can help to carry people across without us getting hurt at all. As you've said, resist this. That's just one spell used to get us all across. And then once you finish with that, Clyde, if you want to go after Aldris, please do.
Good idea, and I think we might need Lactus to potentially cast Fly on Kirkin, as that could be the more difficult challenge to getting across.
Yes.
Right, so Lack, if you cast Fly on Kirkin, right, Captain? Quarantine?
Yes.
Haste
Let's
me,
do
baby,
that.
and I'll take you across.
Gather me into your arms first, darling.
So,
Just a question though, these druids, can they not shapeshift into flying creatures?
Are they level
Not
8?
anymore today.
You have to be at least level 8 as a druid to be able to fly.
Okay,
But
I
I was
got-
also looking at turning into a giant spider. Funny,
So-
sorry.
yeah, before haste is cast on me, I pick up Quarantine. And
Okay.
not like I'm gonna like carry her at my waist, because I'm gonna be like waist deep by this
Use her
point.
as a flotation raft.
It will, it will be a like sitting on my shoulders and then having to like obviously duck down type thing.
Like my crotch wrapped around your head is basically what you're saying.
Well, I did not say that. Do not put words into Klein's mouth, but yes.
Fireman's
I can put
carry?
other things into Klein's mouth.
So I've cast fly on you, Kirkin.
Oot.
You can now fly for 10 minutes.
Okay.
We can fly.
So
Of
assuming
course,
that
when I
Lack
did
will stay
that, I
with,
did a nice riff on the guitar.
assuming that Lack will
Give me a performance check, Lack.
ooh,
Oh, okay. 19.
That's pretty good, actually. Having those extra
Well,
arms
still got a lot of
lets him
hands.
pull off very unique sounds.
All I'm saying, Balkan, is there's still time to drop you as I fly across the acid.
There is. And that is a choice you have to make. And only you
No.
can make that choice.
So, are you flying across Kirkin?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm going to grip on.
as you kind of crawl onto, I assume Kirkin, you're kind of, because you can kind of fly in any kind of like orientation. I assume you're
Oh
flying.
yeah,
on
I'll be
your
trying
back
to like shield
with the baby. Yeah.
Thanks.
Vulcan, as you're kind of riding on Kirkin's chest, you just see this like head pop up, just look at you. Doesn't quite know what to do with you, but it's just staring at you as you guys fly across.
I will take
And-
one claw off and I'll wave at it.
Wrong way. There we go. And
You
make it across safely.
I
That's
could
enough,
imagine
you win.
Balkin, Crabkin, just going. sniffing it.
I killed your baby.
Then you would be dunked head first into the acid, I think.
That's
Oh,
right,
yeah.
I've got two hit points, it'll be fine.
So yeah,
I will say I am a softie when it comes to pets. So combat AoE stuff, which may or may not be relevant soon, doesn't affect pets as far as I'm concerned. You can find them somewhere that's safe to hide.
For that.
It's something I do, especially as
Can I be considered a pet? Just for...
Unfortunately not, but I appreciate the gusto. So,
Yeah.
Quarantine, Klein, Zarut. What are the three of you doing then?
Well,
So-
quarantine being on Klein's shoulders would give him a little squeeze with her thighs and channel haste into him.
And as soon as
Okay.
that happens, we'll scoot across as quickly
I
as
will
possible.
say that
And she'll
Quarantine
hold on
is.
tight.
I'll say that Quarantine is not so heavy that she causes you any problem
Mhm.
going across. Make a con save for me.
Yeah.
Because you do spend enough time in the acid to be affected by this.
Yep, so that
I'm
is
so pleased with how this has turned out. I was
19.
really worried. 19. Okay. You save.
Map is going funny.
You take 3 reduced to 1 points of acid damage.
And is that the whole way
and-
across, yeah?
The whole way across and deposit Quarantine on the other shore.
He
Yeah,
probably gets
and-
more tingles from quarantine than for the acid.
And I don't leave the acid, obviously, I'll just stay in there.
You
drop
come
off.
back. You
come
come
back.
back for the captain. Make another con save.
Oh, natural 19, so way above that. 26,
Okay.
25, sorry.
You definitely succeed. I really picked my best looking dice. This is a real different roll. 12. You take 6 points of acid damage, reduced to 3.
Yep.
You pick up the captain.
Yep, and go.
He is
across,
also
okay.
not heavy enough to incur any problems.
Are you
Yeah,
going to
and
squeeze
then-
him with your thighs?
Why not?
And then you make your way across.
Yep.
Okay, make another con save.
Mine's more in there. Shit, don't drop me.
Yeah, 18, natural 18.
Okay, you're fine. 5, 8, 10. 5 points of acid damage reduced to 2. And you
Yep.
deposit the captain on the far
And then
side.
after that, like the captain said, bit of
Okay.
time, I'll go to...
Quick
Aldous.
housekeeping, Ash. I'm just going to back you up a little bit, okay?
Dodger.
Just be warned. But then you can deposit the captain back, and are you going to check up on Aldris?
Yeah, I'll check up on Aldous, so...
Okay, we will jump back to Aldris. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba.
What have you found, Aldous?
Oh, well, it's bound to be treasure,
Something that
Mr. Klein,
he is
obviously.
definitely not seen already. Okay.
Because there's a sort of glow emanating from this tunnel here.
Ooh.
Ta-da! And you can make your
Oh
ways,
my
and I'll
goodness, I have never seen that before.
have Klein make one more con save just
Yeah,
because I
that's
like
fine.
making you roll.
Yeah. Natural 15, 21.
You succeed.
So, just as we're...
4, 5, 6. You take 3 reduced to 1.
Cool.
I just want to do
So-
a quick, as I get through, quick cure wounds on myself, because I am a little bit low.
Okay.
I'll do it at second level, so it's 2d8 plus 4.
Cast kill wounds. So as you're doing that, you enter into this room
Ooh,
and
nice.
you find yourself in a cavern with these huge golden crystals. It's like
Absolutely.
a heaven to you, Aldris. And you see this large cut gem on top of a very old-looking stone pedestal. It's very large. It looks far too heavy for you to carry, Aldris. It looks to be made of solid gold.
I mean, Mr. Klein. It's...
Right, yes.
Isn't it
It
just...
does.
It is...
Right, yeah.
It's,
Beautiful.
You just see my eyes just slightly start to turn golden. And as I do, I think I probably need to roll a wisdom save.
Yeah, actually. Quite greedy, that one.
That's a 10.
Make it with advantage.
Okay, I'll roll again. Wisdom save. That's a 15, so that's better.
As this kind of starts to happen, Aldris, you just hear a, "No, I don't think you will," and you kind of remain Aldris.
Well, that was still, that's a lot of gold, Mr. Klein.
That
pays,
is.
That pays for a lot of things.
It's also quite big, and the others are on the other side, and we're going to have a
Right.
look around
But
first.
you're very, very strong, are you not?
Right, yes, but also some treasure we come across is trapped. We might do this and hurt the others who are on the other side of the acid.
Right.
So we can come back to
Whilst
it on
I
our way out.
appreciate your point,
You want it really bad, don't you?
that's a lot of gold. And I mean a lot.
It is a
I'm
lot.
just
though,
going to
like-
walk up to it. I'm not going to touch it. I'm just going to look at it, inspect it. Is it actually gold?
You just see your face reflected in the gold.
I don't care about the reflection. I'm just looking at the gold.
Your only concern is that your only two concerns are that A, you might not be able to lift this, and B, you can't think of a good way to get the gold out of the walls that's poking there as well.
Huh. I sort of heft my crowbar a bit. Well,
You are safe in the knowledge, though, as it was brought up, that it wouldn't be affected by the acid.
so, Mr. Klein, how big is this thing?
Couple of feet.
So, Mr. Klein, bear with me. I know this is possibly pushing the limits of our comradeship. What if we were to roll this gem, this gold, this beautiful treasure, through the acid, as it will remain unaffected? We could then use that as a stepping stone to get out. Also, if we break some of these off, we could make planks of gold, which we could collect on the way out. Load on the ship, and have a wonderful time.
Why do I get the feeling that these two are about to Indiana Joneses?
As a player, I
No
get that
idea what
feeling.
you could be talking about.
As a
Are we
character,
going to end up running away from a giant ball of gold?
I
I won't be running away from it.
I mean, they did add like boulder stamps to Incarnate, so I don't know what you're talking about.
I like that idea, but I like it even more when we know we're safe and the others are safe, just in case this is trapped, and it does set off
I
a
will
load
check
of
for
alarm
traps.
bells.
Make an investigation check.
Cool.
Klein is sounding awfully smart at the moment.
Yeah, he
Considering
doesn't
only
sound
him and Aldous in the room.
Just because he's in comparison to Aldris.
17.
Yes, acid fumes.
17. Doesn't seem trapped. Free gold for the taking.
I mean, it's free gold. It's like real estate, but better. And I will.
This just to point out here, as me, this is a fucking big decision I've got to make to potentially TPK the party or not.
I'm going to start
Everyone's got
pushing.
backups ready, right?
I'm just pushing.
If Klein would do it, he wouldn't think so much about it.
Come on, Mr. Klein, let's
I
get
would
this
think
off this
about traps.
pedestal.
You could
Yeah,
just
that's a
say
good point.
you
He
are
might
acid.
angst, but
Are you
Klein
attempting
should
to
be in
move it,
character.
Aldris?
Absolutely.
Righto, I'll just
Absolutely.
here we
Make
go.
a strength check for me.
I'm helping him. I'm in on it.
Okay,
He's
you can both
convinced
make
me.
strength checks.
Natural 20, 21.
I got 17.
The gold has taken over.
17. Okay. Between the two of you, you're able to kind of roll it off of the pedestal,
See, that was fairly
Um,
easy.
and it kind of weighs you down a little bit. Now you have to get it through the acid.
That's okay, we shall just push it.
Okay. So, what I'll say is you two can work together to push it through the acid.
Yep,
I
Yep.
will take 2 Constitution saving throws from you each.
fair enough. Natural 20 for 21.
Nice.
That's
I'll
two in
take
a
the
row.
first ones.
Yeah, so 22 from me on the first one.
Okay, you both save on the first one, so that is 7, 8,
Captain, should we
9
be
points of acid
concerned?
damage, reduced to 4 for Aldris to 2 for Klein.
Oh, okay.
And then the second save,
16.
16. That's a success.
Yeah, and 15 for me.
That is just a success. 7. And 11 points of acid damage reduced to 5 for Aldris and 2 for Klein.
Okay. So the idea would be that we push it. How far are you allowing us to get with that?
I'll say that you guys can get to this shore. I'm just going to move you up a little bit, Kirkham and Zarut. I'll say that you two can get to this shore, and I will
excitedly
Just-
call out to the captain. Captain, I found this. Also, there's a lot more gold back in that cavern.
You see Zarut, Aldris and Klein emerge from the acid, carrying possibly the biggest just chunk of gold you have ever seen. It is huge.
See, Orala provides. She sent us here for a reason, obviously.
So,
Extraordinary.
There's more, Captain. This is just one piece. There are huge shards of gold sticking out of the walls back there.
I thought you said there were gold crystals.
look to be, yeah. Crystals made of gold.
Oh,
Can
right.
I have a quick inspection since I'm...
Well, whilst you guys are inspecting it, Eyeless, you're heading over to inspect one of the kind of these glowing rocks. You see one in this little cubby and one in this little cubby.
I was originally going to inspect the one over here.
Yeah. Is that the one you want to go to?
Yes.
Okay. So you head over and you see this kind of like large spherical rock. You can see a few holes in it. It's kind of embering a little bit, and as you get closer, it starts to grow more intense, as if it's like igniting from your presence.
I'm intrigued. So, if I step one step closer, does it get brighter?
Yep.
And then if I step back one step, does it get?
As you step back, it kind of remains for a little bit, but then begins to dim down a little bit.
I'm going to take 2 steps forward this time.
As you step 2 steps forwards, it glows a lot more, and you start to see this kind of gas emanating from it.
Hmm. Does the gas look caustic?
Yes. It's green and nasty.
Okay, I will step back, like, all the way back. I'm like,
You see that the gas remains.
Captain, I don't want to worry you too much, but there are these strange, oddly hostile stones that emit a rather caustic-looking gas if you get too close to them.
Welcome to room 2 of the dungeon. Let's go.
Did you just say hostile stones?
Not like this
Yes.
beautiful stone I found.
If you will join me over here, I will demonstrate.
The gold.
Don't worry, Captain.
Okay,
you
The
see-
gold and I
you
have
see the-
formed a relationship already. It's
Oh,
okay.
so you see the collection of pirates just marveling at this huge boulder of gold.
I love the sea and everything in it.
You also notice that the stone over here seems to be glowing and emanating gas as well.
Which
Oh,
one?
hang on, I was on the wrong layer there. Stone over here is emanating the same.
But no one's been near that one yet.
Perhaps they're linked in some special
Mm.
way.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll go over and have a look with Eyeless.
As you go over and get closer, the glow seems to get a bit more intense than it was before. Eyeless starts to shake a little.
It seems to be a bit more of an extreme reaction in the two of us. I would suggest that it's not going to be very healthy for us if we set this thing off.
You start to hear the sound of a clinking noise, like a flint against a steel. You see sparks fly out of some of the holes.
Ooh. And then Iris will basically just literally put his arm across the captain and step all the way back.
As you do that, both of those cubbies just erupt in flame for a brief moment, and you see these two stones floating in the air, seemingly with these faces contorted in screams as they burn. I'd like you all to roll initiative, please.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got no spells attached to me.
Oh, again.
Welcome to the adventuring day.
Yay.
I've got
Right.
lots of things planned for you.
Yay.
Quarantine's too
Okay,
distracted
so
by the
I
shiny
need to
gold
do
and the fact that she's
things.
recently had her
That's
eyes
not
around.
that. It's that one.
Finds.
That's the
Ace.
turn order.
Oh,
So,
wow. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's going to go well.
actually, I need to do this sensibly. Add turn. Add turn. Add turn. Add turn, and I will do it on. I won't do it on Crabkin for now, just because it's a bit more recognizable. And then I need to do.
I'm going to start off strong with a 1-for-1.
Nice. Hey, I'm leading initiative.
So you guys should be able to add your initiatives to the tracker on the left on the Roll20.
Oh,
But
thank
I will
God,
also-
Zeru. Someone got a decent initiative.
Captain should always go first.
And Klein were saved.
Okay.
Mine's
Quarantine.
not working.
Yes.
Press enter after, because
Your
Yeah,
initiative.
and it just goes back to 0 when I do that.
This should already be on there. 4.
Oh, it's worked now.
I'm
was
just
the
adding
first
it
one
to
to
my
go on?
own
Okay.
encounter tracker. Eyeless.
1.
1. Oof. Lack.
11.
Oh, double what Eyeless got. Wait. What? Zarut.
18.
18. Very nice. Klein.
16.
15. Good. Alderus.
9.
Okay. Vulcan.
4.
Oof. You rolled that with the crab's dexterity, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. And Kirkin.
6.
6. You guys are so good at rolling single-digit numbers.
Absolutely, we
Yeah.
are.
Oh, yeah.
So, did you want to take a
Okay.
quick break before we get into this?
Yeah, we will take a quick
Grab
break
drink,
whilst
etc.? Cool.
so that we're all prepared for this.
Perfect. Right, we'll be right back after these messages. Don't forget, it's the gold that you really want, but you're not having it. It's mine. you welcome back. We found a lot of gold. That's all you need to know.
So, these two embering rocks kind of ignite and start to float in the air. But Zarut, you're quick to your feet and you move first.
Okay, I'm going to move around there. I'm going to summon Tentacles.
Tentacles. I will go and retrieve Tentacles for you. Where is Tentacles? There is Tentacles. Okay. What I need to do is look at the character sheets thing and see if I can set those up so that I can just open the sidebar and just pick it up and have it all set up for you. There is Tentacles for you.
Cool. That's going to go right there and have a thwap of that thing.
Okay. That's that one.
Not a bad start. Natural 20.
Yeah, that definitely hits.
And 16 points of cold damage.
Okay. As Tentacles strikes into this thing, the embering seems to kind of wither quickly as it tries to reignite it. That seemed to be quite effective.
Ooh, good to know. And I will fire a couple of Eldritch Blasts at it.
Okay.
And 17 to hit.
That hits.
And the second attack, 13 to hit.
13 does hit.
Oh, good to know. Okay. That's 11 on the first and 7 on the second, so a further 18 points of damage.
Further 18 points of damage. Very nice. It's starting to look rough already. Its embers seem to kind of occasionally sputter before it reignites a little bit. Did a fair bit of damage to it.
Yeah, well done me. Okay, that's me though.
Okay. So, as this thing is kind of rising, you see this green smoke begin to kind of emanate in a cloud beneath it as it then drifts towards you. As it tries to kind of, as it begins to envelop Eyeless and Lack, and it is going to attempt, as it kind of forms into like solid tendrils, and try and smack at both of you. Oh dear. That's an 11 to hit you, Eyeless.
Unfortunately not.
And a 21 to hit you, Lack.
I am up in the air. Can it reach me?
How high up are you? You've probably
Well, I
got
was
about
What's the roof?
That's a very good question. Probably
The
about
captain.
15 foot maximum.
Oh, I'll probably only be 10 foot up then.
Yeah, it would be able to reach you.
Okay, 21 does hit.
21 does hit. Cool. Not going to like me very much. So you take 11 points of bludgeoning damage and 9 points of acid damage as the kind of like gaseous form of it just kind of sizzles into you. It's rather nasty.
You.
Okay, Klein, you're up.
Okay, so this figure which has just appeared there, does it seem like it's like a solid form?
It seems like it's not quite solid, but you might be able to hit it.
Okay. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25,
Make
30.
an intelligence check if you wish.
I will. Probably won't go well, but I will. Oh, not too bad. 16.
16. Kind of makes you think of like an elemental of some kind, a bit like the spirit that your captain summons.
Mm.
So absolutely damageable.
Okay. 10, 15, 20, 35, 40. Right there. I will bonus action Rajay,
Okay. Angry Klein.
and then go in for 2 attacks with my trident.
Okay, roll the attacks.
The first one is 13, unfortunately.
13 does not hit.
No.
It kind of the gas kind of splits around it.
The second one is 19.
That does hit. As you strike it with your trident, you take 2 points of acid damage reduced to 1.
Mhm. And that does. Well, that's low. 10 points of piercing damage.
10 points of piercing damage. Okay, very nice. Where are we? There we are.
And I'm just trying to get it to focus on me with Lack and Eyeless being there.
Okay.
And that's my go. Thank you.
Okay. Next up. Let's see. You see another cloud of the smoke emerge from the dead-end tunnel to the right, and it flies in, kind of sending 2 gaseous limbs at each at Quarantine and Kirkin. Oh dear. An 11 to hit you, Kirkin, and a 14 to hit you, Quarantine. That was atrocious.
No.
Okay. Well, it flies in, kind of striking out at you, but not able to make any purchase. Okay. So it is this little fella's turn. It is going to run away from the tentacle because it doesn't like the tentacle. 10, 15. Has they got flying speed? Okay. It goes up about 5. Goes a little bit up into the air. It still would be in reach of the tentacle, but it's trying to get away from it. And you watch as these small motes of flame appear around it and fire off towards you, Zarut.
Tentacles doesn't get an attack of opportunity, by the way, if that was a consideration.
Okay, so the first one is a 20 to hit. Okay. You take 7 points of fire damage.
Oh, resisting.
And you are ignited.
Oh.
So you will take fire damage at the start of your
Okay.
start of your turn, and then the following 2 are. I'm not
Are
sure
you
that
saying? Are you?
The
Can I
root
just clarify?
is
You
indeed.
are saying.
Yeah, absolutely. So the next to hit is 10. That's a bit different.
No.
And a 13.
No.
Okay. So the other 2 go wide and shatter bits of the dark crystal behind you. Okay. Lack, you are up with Aldris preparing. So at the start of your turn, Lack, as you are currently in the gas clouds area, you are still muted, by the way. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution, okay.
Constitution saving throw.
21.
Good to know. Continue with your turn.
Okay, I'm going to stab it.
Okay. Roll to attack. You will get sneak attack as Eyeless and Klein are engaged with it.
19 to hit.
That does hit. So you will take 3 points of acid damage as you strike it.
3 points of acid damage. Okay. Okay. 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 20 points of piercing. No, 19 points of piercing damage and 1 point of necrotic damage.
Sorry, just checking. Sorry, how much was that? Sorry?
19 and 1.
19 points of piercing damage. And what was the other damage? Necrotic.
1 necrotic.
1 point of necrotic damage. Okay. Sizable hit.
And I'm going to shoot it with my bolt slinger.
Okay.
That's an 18 to hit.
That does hit.
And that is 6 points of piercing damage and 8 points of poison damage.
Okay. You take... Oh, no. Bolt Slinger. Don't worry about that. You do notice the poison doesn't seem to have a huge amount of effect.
Does it have any effect?
No.
No. Okay. I am then going to back away.
Okay. It will make an attack of opportunity against you.
Yeah, it won't. I have fancy footwork.
Of course you do. Okay. Anything else from you, like?
It can try, but I'll just dodge it. No, that's me.
Aldris, you are up with Kirkin preparing.
Right. Aldris is very conflicted. On the one hand, there are monsters. On the other hand, it's a large piece of gold right beside me that deserves my love and attention.
The monsters are trying to take the gold from you.
This is what is crossing Aldris's mind, so he will step forward, nod to Kirkin, and booming blade.
Okay.
So
roll the attack.
the attack is
I feel honoured to have gotten a nod.
very bad. 12.
No, unfortunately not. You go to swing with the thunderous energy and it just kind of like drifts out of the way.
Right.
Unfortunately.
Okay, I will then. Yeah, that's it. That's my go. If I miss, that's fucked. I'm
Okay.
fucked. I can't do anything else. I will just sort of look back at the gold to make sure it's safe. There's nobody attacking the gold, right?
No, doesn't seem to be.
Cool. Excellent. Good. There you go. My go. Thank you.
Okay. Next up, Kirkin with me preparing.
Miss D, you are muted.
Sorry, I was mostly talking to myself. So while I myself do not have any level 5 spell slots, my staff does. So how exactly does that work?
You use charges on your staff to cast those spells, I believe.
So okay, I can get away with that. I will attempt to cast Cone of Cold at the creature in front of me.
Nice.
Okay. What's
So
the?
that way
what's
I won't
the?
hit any allies.
It's a 60-foot cone, is it?
Yes. Yeah. Starting from me.
That's weird.
And remind me to speak to you at some point about how I actually recharge the staff.
So I believe it should say on there. If it doesn't, then I will have a look. Right, so it's a
Yeah, like,
60-foot cone.
After game type of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, you can easily just hit it and nothing else.
Yep.
So, is it a saving throw?
Constitution saving throw.
Constitution saving throw. That is a 13. That was a low roll.
It's a con 16 save, so.
That means it's a failure.
And that was, I dismissed my roll too soon. Can one call up one's roll history?
Yes,
Yep.
I believe the little chat bubble labeled game log when you hover over it should bring up all of the previous rolls.
34.
Thank you. 34.
34 points of
Cold
cold
damage.
damage.
Nice.
I thought it was 34 and I was thinking, no, that's too high. Can't be that.
Oh, nice big chunky hit there from Kirkin.
Oh, it's a level 5 spell, so.
True.
And that was from the frost stuff, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Staff of Frost. That one. So both of your staffs at the moment recover charges at dawn. So you'll roll to recover those at dawn.
Okay.
So the ice staff does, I believe, have a chance of melting if you use the last charge on it, but your woodland staff does something different when you use all of the charges on it. Okay, so is there any other effect on kind of cold? I don't believe there is.
I think it's just if
I
it
think so.
kills them, they freeze in place or something.
Yeah, comes frozen statue. Okay, cool.
Just having
still
flashbacks
good damage.
to a certain fight where a certain tiefling was empowering.
Not remembering that, sorry. Okay, so the little fireball's turn. 10, 15. And then it's going to take off a little bit. And it is going to, I think, fire a mote of flame at each of the three at the bottom, Quarantine, Kirk, and Aldris. So, Aldris.
Uh-huh.
That is a 20 to hit.
Absolutely.
Okay. You take 8 points of fire damage and are ignited.
Cool.
I've seen so close to this green gas that's ignited before. Would it ignite its own friend?
It seemed the two creatures seemed completely happy to be in the same area for a fair amount of time. These things ignited whilst they were in the cloud of smoke. So, Kirkin. That's 12 to hit.
No,
Okay.
does not hit.
Very
I'm in
nice.
shock.
And Quarantine. That is a 16 to hit.
Yeah.
Okay. You take 7 points of fire damage and are ignited. As the flames catch to your clothing and skin and just burn at you. It's rather distressing. Okay. Speaking of, and that's the end of its turn, Quarantine, you are up. At the start of your turn, you take 1 point of fire damage as you are burning. You may use an action to pat yourself out, or another creature may do that for you if you wish. There are other ways to douse flame, obviously.
I'm gonna do a wisdom save to see what I do.
Shaman would be
Sure.
useful right now.
Dirty dwarf.
Okay, I said just to myself if I roll 14 or higher, I'd act normally. So.
Yep.
So. I will take a step away from the elemental.
Okay. It will swing out at you, but probably miss with the 13.
Yeah.
Yep. I should be marking that as well.
And then trying to ignore everything else, I will cup my hands together, channel lightning between my fingers, tear my hands apart, and twin a level 1 chromatic orb.
Level 1 chromatic orb, which targets?
The two big green things.
2 big green things? What damage type?
Lightning.
Cool. Roll the attacks.
Sorry, were you asking me what type of damage I was doing?
Yeah?
Perfectly valid question.
Just checking.
Yeah.
Just checking.
It's the smirk I don't trust, not the question.
18
I'm
to hit.
completely innocent. 18 hits.
That's the one near Iris first, and then 24 for the other one.
Yeah, both hit. Roll
Okay,
your damage.
so one above Iris, 17 points of lightning damage.
Very nice. It's starting to look rough. Some of the cloud is kind of just dissipating.
And then 12 for the other one.
Okay, that one's still looking relatively. Well, I was about to say solid, but fully gaseous. Anything else, Quarantine?
Not unless I can use a bonus action to pat myself down.
Unfortunately, not. It takes an action to do that.
Okay, that's me.
Bulkin, snip, snip. You are up with Eyeless preparing.
Okay. Sorry, I was eating, so I put my camera off.
Oh, you're right.
I'm not smart, so I will revert out of crab form, aware that I'm on Kirkin's shoulder.
Okay. I'll say that you're. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt, and you just pop out of crab form on the ground next to Kirkin.
Oh, that's not fun.
I don't feel like being mean on that one.
Oh, I did.
Should have fucking dropped you.
Acid crab.
It's a bonus action to drop, isn't it?
I believe so for you.
Yeah, bonus action for earlier. Okay, so with my action, I will cast Moonbeam.
Moonbeam, that's a fun one.
At 4th level.
4th level,
'Cause I
blimey.
had spell slots.
What is the radius of that?
The radius is 5-foot radius, 40-foot high. Not that matters here.
Okay, so where do you want to place that? I've got a nice little silver circle to represent it.
The one in front of us. Can't move it. But...
Yeah, I'll place it around for you. So just on top of the one in front of you. Cool. And I believe that happens at the start of the creature's turn.
Yeah, it's that hole where it enters the spell area for its first
enters or starts.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
And if it's a shape changer, is it a shape changer?
No, it does not. Not technically a shape changer.
Technically a shape changer. Okay. Yeah, that's me.
It's just got an amorphous form. I was so pleased with how the AI images turned out for these ones. Okay, is that your turn then, Bulkin?
Yeah.
You are concentrating on that, I believe. Cool. Eyeless, you're up with Zaruk preparing. At the start of your turn, Eyeless, can you make a Constitution saving throw for me, please?
Yes. Yeah, 19.
19. Okay, you're fine.
Okay, I've just seen multiple people get set on fire.
Yes.
So I am going to do what I can do, and I'm going to cast Create Water and make it rain in that radius.
Okay.
Nice.
30-foot radius square.
Yes.
How long does the rain last for?
Pass. It just...
By 30 foot, does it mean that? I'm just going to go look at the wording in the...
It's a 30-foot cube.
30-foot cube, so that tends to mean 30 foot across rather than the radius, I believe. The measuring tools on Roll20 are a little bit... You have to kind of fiddle with them to be accurate on each of the different shapes. This is Create Destroy Water, did you say?
Yes, Create Water, yeah.
Water falls as rain in a 30-foot cube, and that's instantaneous, so it lasts for a turn.
Yeah.
You can extend the area with
Yeah, I know. If
higher level spell slots if you wish.
If I cast it at second level, it's 35, I think.
Yeah, so
Yeah, I'll cast it at second level, and I'll
So at second level, it's 35 feet, is it?
Yeah.
Cool. I keep clicking on the wrong roll 20.
You, Iris would probably know that fire doesn't worry me too much, so maybe
yeah. I
focus
figured
on the other.
Actually, I'll probably just cast it at first level, and I'll cast it on top of the 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 homies over yonder.
Somewhere about there, so that it hits
Yeah.
both Quarantine and Aldris.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, Quarantine and Aldris, you two are both immediately extinguished. And that will remain until Ilis's turn, I will say.
Yeah, we now look like we're adverts in like L'Oreal with the hair flicking back and
Oh,
everything like
so-
that.
Actually, what?
Just not on fire, not extinguished. Because I took extinguished to mean dead.
No,
You're no longer on fire.
Technicality,
But you are still dead.
Am I, though?
Who knows with Aldris? Anything else, Ilis?
I'm just gonna move back a little bit to there
Okay.
and just literally fire heavily and yeah.
Okay, cool. It gets a little bit warm standing there.
Yeah, it's fine.
So it is a little bit up in the air, so. Okay, that's the end of your turn, Ilis. Zarut, you are up. You take 5 points of fire damage, reduced to 2.
Right. No worries. Tentacles is going to step up next to Ilis and thwap the little fire boy.
Little fire boy as it's trying to flee. Does it crit again?
Tentacles is
Bloody
critic
hell.
aid.
Nice.
Yeah, roll the damage. That definitely hits.
Criticallys.
Oh my word. Pair of 8s. Absolute max damage as
Woof.
well. 21.
Okay. So, if you didn't pick up already, these things are susceptible to cold. So you just did 42 points of damage in a single hit, and it just snuffs out, and this dull crystal lands to the floor.
Nice.
Absolutely first class.
Useful.
Yeah,
That's what we take,
Tentacles slithers along. Just goes like a water whip, and then just turns
Yeah.
and strokes Ilis.
Bitch slapped.
Okay.
Um,
Anything else from you, Zaruk? I believe that was your bonus action.
I am going to. Yeah, that was just my bonus. So I will action just Eldritch Blast, the big green thing.
Okay, roll the attacks.
Mm, 25 to hit on the first,
That definitely hits.
26 to hit on the second.
That also definitely hits.
I'm on it. I'm on it, guys.
Good job you are.
15, max 15 on the max 15 on the first, min 6 on the second.
Well, it is starting
There's-
to look rough in the way that a cloud could. It's kind of starting to dissipate a little bit. It's struggling.
Cool.
It's a bit like a fart in
Yeah,
the wind, you might say.
There we go. That's me done. Thank you.
Okay. It is now Green Fart Cloud's turn. Hmm. Which way is it going to go?
I was trying to get his attention last time at the end of my game.
Yeah. But then Zarut just did that to its little buddy. It's going to move here and then attempt to move out of your range, Klein.
Oh, attempt. Yes, I'll definitely try my reaction.
You killed his pet. He's gonna John Wick you.
18 to hit.
That hits, so it does
Right.
not reach the root. It manages to catch Ilis, but it's not able to reach the root.
That is 11 points of piercing damage.
Okay. It is unhappy. You will take 4 points of acid damage reduced to 2
Wee.
as you strike it. It will get to there then, and it will just turn around and swing both of its kind of more solid tentacles at you.
Yep.
Fine. 9.
Misses.
20.
Hits.
You take 14 points of bludgeoning damage, reduced to 7.
Yep.
You are raging. And 12 points of acid damage, reduced to 6.
Ooh. Below half health now.
And that is all it's able to do. Fine, you're up with me preparing.
Just updating HP. Cool. Yeah, so Klein goes in for actually what I'll do first is this thing needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
Didn't do it on my first one, I forgot.
6.
Fail, so takes 1 point of lightning damage. Really great roll there.
Oof.
And then we're going for 2 attacks with the trident again.
Okay, roll the attack.
24 to hit on the first one,
That hits. Roll damage.
which is 13 points of piercing damage.
Okay. You take 1 point of acid damage, reduced to 1, as the cloud then disperses and kind of swirls back to the little creature. And I am going to just remove it here as it dissipates into the rock, and the rock kind of glows that kind of yellow color that you saw the gem pulled out of the tail of the dinosaur back at the lumber camp.
Okay. Yeah, and then I will move to this bit over here and trying to get this big boy's attention and going for the second hit on him.
Okay, roll the attack.
Ooh, so close. 28 to hit.
28 to hit, that hits. Roll the damage.
I'm going to use a different d6 for that. 11 points of piercing damage.
11 points of piercing damage. Very nice. Starting to look a little bit rough.
Does the
Did you
moonbeam
take-
affect Klein?
No.
I didn't think I was quite in it, am I?
He's not in it.
But you're attacking him. Okay.
No, it's all fine. You also take 5 points of acid reduced to 2.
Yep.
Okay.
And that's pretty good.
That's Klein's turn. It's now the gas cloud's turn. It begins its
Constitution save.
con save. It begins its turn in the moonbeam. Con save of 15.
Fails.
Oof. So, hit me with the
40
damage. That was a
10.
4th level one, so this is gonna hurt.
Nice.
22 points. Ugh, not great.
22 points of radiant damage. It does not like that. It's starting to kind of falter and hiss. Klein, it's going to attempt to move out of your melee range.
You got your reaction back because you just had your turn.
And you're muted.
I know. What way is it going? Like back towards its
It's-
mate or towards my friends?
It's going towards your friends because
Oh, yeah,
you can
100%.
envelop 3 of them at once.
Yep. So in that case, I will give that a go then. Non-natural 20 to hit.
Yeah, that definitely hits, so it's not able to get there.
Nice.
You might even be able to knock it out.
And 10 points of piercing damage.
10 points of piercing damage. Okay, not quite. You will take 1 point of acid damage reduced to 1. Okay, then instead... Yeah, it's just going to turn around and attack you because it can't get anywhere and you're kind of managing to... The combined magic of your trident and the moonbeam are kind of holding it in place as it's trying to assault your friends.
Mhm.
That is a 13 to hit,
That misses.
and that's a 25 to hit.
That hits.
You take 15 points of bludgeoning damage, reduced to 7,
Oh wow, I nearly put 17 in there.
and 12 points of acid damage, reduced to 6.
Ouchie.
And that is its turn. Fiery Boy's turn. It's going to continue flying up away this way. I just need to check this one. Oh, no, wait, sorry. That's the wrong one. It's the one that's dead. Lank, you're up with Aldrich preparing.
Okay, I'm going to fly in here, stab this thing.
Okay, roll the attack.
That is 24 to hit.
That definitely hits.
Do I take any?
Yes, you'll take 4 points of acid damage.
Okay. Oh, that's nice. 14, 17, 22 points of piercing damage.
Nice.
No, that's wrong. 10, 13, 18 points of piercing damage and 5 points of necrotic damage.
Very nice.
Okay. The cloud kind of immediately dissipates back up to its little fiery friend and just seeps into it as you manage to defeat it. But the
And then I'll
fiery
shoot.
creature seems to ignite and grow angered.
Okay, then I'll shoot at the fiery dude.
Okay, roll the attack.
That's 22 to hit.
22 hits.
That's 7 points of piercing and 4 points of poison.
7 piercing, 4 poison. Okay. You strike into it. Seems effective.
And then I'll move back over here a little bit.
Okay.
That's me.
Aldris, you're up with Kirkin preparing.
Okay. Question. Is the gold okay?
Seems to be.
Fair enough. I don't like doing
I'll
this,
actually kind of
but I'm
mark
going to go
it as
up here.
being to there.
And I will attack
Okay.
with the gold
It's-
blade flame.
Yeah, you can just about reach it.
Gold
You
flame
can just about reach it.
blade. Oh, for fuck's sake, really? 17?
That hits.
Yay! 1d8 6, so that is, a 7, so that's 13 points of piercing. And then gold flame. Was it gold flame or?
You
I
said
did
gold
say gold
flame
flame,
blade,
didn't I?
but
So
I will let you choose.
yeah, it seems a bit daft using gold flame blade. I will use booming blade instead, because
Okay.
that's not fire damage. That would be ridiculous. Even Aldris would work out that's ridiculous. So it's another D8. That's 4 points of thunder damage,
It's sheathed in that booming energy.
and it's also sheathed in booming energy. And I will
Okay.
just
Anything
look at
else, Aldris?
it. Look, it's my gold now. Orala will thank you for your service. And that's it.
That's all from you, Aldris, then?
Yep.
Kirkin, you're up with me preparing.
You are muted.
That was just mostly talking to myself while I tried to decide what to do. I shall cast a 3rd level healing word on Klein.
Okay. Roll the healing on that for me.
That is 14 points of healing.
Nice.
It's very good. You still have your action available. Can't do anything but cast a leveled spell.
Click on the right goddamn thing. Yeah, no, I'm just going to, stand here and, pat the baby.
Yep. The,
Because there's fuck all else I can do.
the little dinosaur baby kind of looks up at you and blinks a little bit as the rain is falling on its head.
Wait, you were
Yeah.
you. Oh, I thought you meant the gold. You were patting the baby. So
Yeah, I've discovered so far now there's at least 3 babies in this group.
yeah.
Kirk only cares about one of them. And it's not you, Balkan.
It's the gold. I know.
Okay, if that's Kirkin's turn, it's now
That's Kirk's turn.
the fiery ball's turn. It is angry.
That's fair.
It is going to make its flame attack. You see it conjure the 3 balls of flame it would use to fire, and then another 3 appear. It's going to make an attack at each of Aldris, Kirkin, Balkin, Quarantine, Lack, and Klein.
Wow.
The people who are in the rain will have resistance to the fire damage. This thing's not very happy.
Well, in fairness, they started it.
That is a 17 to hit you, Aldris.
Yep.
Okay. You take 12 points of fire damage and are ignited.
Fair enough.
Where's the fire? Okay. Kirkin. That is a 16 to hit.
Yep, that actually hits.
Okay. You take 10 points of fire damage reduced to 5 and are not ignited because you're still in the rain.
Nice.
Quarantine. Oh, sorry, Balkan, next. That's a 9 to hit.
That does not hit. I think this might be the first time I've been attacked not in a animal form.
Can I have that 9, please?
Quarantine, 9 to hit.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Sure, welcome.
So far it's been 11, 10, 3, 3. Lack?
Yeah.
Oh dear. 23 to hit.
Oh yeah, that hits.
Okay, you take 12 points of fire damage, reduced to 6, and are not ignited. And Klein, that's an 18 to hit you.
Yep, that hits.
Okay, you take, 4 points of fire damage, reduced to 2, and are not ignited. It is then going to attempt to fly up even further away from you, Aldris.
So
it
things
will
happen.
explode first.
So
and then you can
2d8
make an
thunder
attack
damage,
opportunity.
which is lovely. 11 points of thunder damage.
11 points of thunder damage. Okay,
And-
it's looking pretty rough after that.
I will attack with my rapier.
Okay, roll the attack.
That's a 28 to hit.
That definitely hits.
1d8 plus 6. There we go. Ah,
That's
max
almost a
damage. 14.
14, very nice. As it kind of sticks to the cavern wall, but is right up at the top. You're not going to be able to reach it with melee anymore.
Fair enough.
Quarantine, you are up with Balkan preparing.
Little shit. I'm going to look up at this big flaming thing while the rain is cascading down my face in a very attractive manner, of course. Reach out a hand, aim towards it, and cast Ray of Frost.
Roll the attack.
19 to hit.
That definitely hits. Roll damage.
Not bad. 12 points of frost damage.
Okay. Quarantine, how do you want to do this?
Yay!
Basically, coat the whole thing in ice, and then sort of it fractures and breaks and crumbles to the ground.
You coat it in ice and it fractures, and you see that yellow glow similar to the crystals you found on the tail of the dinosaur. And then as it kind of loses its life force, it falls to the ground, hits the floor, and explodes, not damaging anyone.
And then I'll just sort of flick my hair in that, the adverts that you get for the shampoo where they're kind of doing that whole hair flick thing after they come out of the water.
And I'll say at that point, the the rain
Yeah.
dissipates.
I will walk over to the captains and pat him down to begin with.
Yep.
And
August,
then
you are still on fire. Do you do the same?
I will walk directly or run directly back to the gold, make sure it's okay.
Okay. Is anyone patting out Aldris?
No, probably
Yes,
Yeah,
I am.
I
was
will pat
muted.
out Aldous.
Okay.
Who's the
People.
same?
Fine and Kirk are going to forcibly
Yeah,
pat
it's-
the fire off of Aldris.
It's okay. She didn't get hurt.
and then you'll just hear sort of Eyeless grumbling, but the sort of the silver glow comes over his eyes, and he starts sort of carving certain sigils into the ground, which then begin to glow with a sort of bright silver light, and he's going to cast a prayer of healing over the next 10 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. How long does Moonbeam last? It's just a minute.
But you'll just see him sort of just grab the energy from the last vestiges of Balkin's spell and just put it into what he's doing. Oh yeah, well, okay, that's not too bad. So Aldris, Quine, Lack, Birkin, Quarantine, and the captain all get 20 points of healing.
Thank you very much.
Fine. Overhealed.
So, whilst Eyeless is doing that for the 10 minutes, is there anything that anyone wishes to do? You are aware that you're not able to leave the area that Eyeless is casting in for the duration that he's casting.
I'll go to do what I was going to originally do and check out this gold if, Aldris doesn't impale me the moment I step anywhere near it.
You can make an investigation check.
The whole point of him doing the spell where he's doing it is because he knows that these cretins are going to go immediately back to that gold and just crowd around it.
Pirates. So predictable. It's lovely.
In my defense, I didn't move once I got past the acid, so I was here anyway.
In my defense, it's gold.
14. This is the biggest chunk of gold you have ever seen, Quarantine. You feel like this thing could pay for a ship in of itself.
I mean, I'm not an expert in such things, Captain, but a chunk of gold of this size could easily pay for a new ship.
Captain, I am an expert in these kinds of things, and this would definitely pay for a new ship. Obviously, less Aurala's cut, because as her chosen representative, I must point out that any and all gold that I find, I have to donate a portion of to appease the Queen of Gold.
Yes, we are familiar with what happens if you displease her.
I would never displease her. She is my queen, after all.
Just look at the captain at that with an eyebrow raise.
She's always looked after me, as you can. She's obviously, I am her favoured one, because look at this piece of gold that I found for her. She told us to come here. We came here. We have found this. Therefore, I am the chosen one.
Is Aldris technically a simp?
I am the chosen one.
Absolutely not. Aldris is
He's
the chosen
obsessed
one.
with making donations to his queen.
Aldris is a cleric of Orala.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of the get the gold, give it to Orala thing.
I'm just theory crafting about the weirdness of the religion that my world has produced.
You invented this.
I know. It's very funny.
So,
what's the plan, Captain?
Well, I think we go back into that room over there, get all of the gold out of it, and take it back to the ship.
Is there anything else around here?
There is another passage down here, Captain.
Yes, I think
See
we need
two
to
further passages.
fully explore this area before we can claim it safe. We
Well-
came here for a reason, after all.
Aldris, if you feel you need to stay here and protect the gold, feel free to do so.
I'm sorry. Stay here and protect the gold. By myself.
Yes. Would you like company?
Well, somebody strong that could carry the gold back to the ship would be ideal.
I just want to investigate the area and then we'll all head back to the ship.
Is Tentacles still up?
We'll see how long he lasts, because we've had at least 10 minutes prayer of healing, so... that's for a minute, so no.
Okay. If it's not up, I'll just point to where it was, and I'm just going to whisper in Kirkin's ear, I know that's you. I've worked it out.
Come to look at Balkan amusedly.
I'm going to look very pleased with myself.
Awesome.
You just see a little raptor head just poking out of Kirkin's fur, just looking at you, Balkan.
Did you do that as well?
Yes.
How?
It then kind of retracts back in,
It
smuggling
is
into the fur.
a secret of the druids on my part. I am unable to share it with you.
Oh. Not very nice.
If you wish, when our adventuring is over, I will bring you to my tribe and perhaps you will learn these secrets.
I don't like learning things. I just do things. But thank you.
So, what would you like to do?
Well, Ilos is fucking off the end of the tunnel, it seems.
Oh, blimey. Ahead of me.
And someone said there was 2 tunnels.
Iris, you turn the corner and see
A dead end.
A fireball in the face.
a dead
More
end full of
gold?
rubble.
And gold.
It's not gold. It's a kind of cubic, almost crystal that has kind of a back.
You cut out of the wrong moment. I thought you said pubic crystal.
It's a roughly cubic crystal, cube, as in square-like crystal that has a kind of sickly yellowy green glow about it.
I'm going to do detect magic.
Do I get a sinister feeling from this, or what kind of sort of vibe do I get from this?
It's kind of the small amount of it. It doesn't feel too bad, but you get a sense of kind of like you wouldn't want to be near a lot of this at once. It would be very uncomfortable.
So, Mr. Klein, would you assist me in carrying the gold?
I will, Mr. Aldris, but we'll wait for everyone else first, I think. That's what the captain said.
No, but if we're going somewhere, then the gold is coming with us, obviously. So we can't leave it here. What if they find a different exit?
Right, yeah.
We should stick together, but we need to take the gold with us.
Yep, righto, that makes sense.
Does the gold give off magic?
Nope.
Okay.
It's just a chunk of gold. What's
I
the
will-
radius on your detect magic? I'm going to put an aura around you.
30 feet, I believe. Yeah, 30 feet.
30 feet, and we'll go for a kind of dark purple. represent the storm.
And then I'll just sort of casually follow Eyeless down to see if he's found
You get a
anything.
very faint magic aura from the crystals near him.
What have you found, Eyeless?
While she's fanning about with that, I would have basically summoned a sacred flame in my hand and hold it sort of under this thing near it and just see what effect it has.
Doesn't seem to be having any effect. It does seem to kind of the silvery light seems to kind of overpower the glow a little bit, but doesn't seem to be affecting it. The
Cool.
crystals don't seem. They just
Reactive?
kind of. They don't seem reactive. They just seem kind of uneasy to
Right.
be near.
Okay, cool.
What kind of magic am I getting from them?
That is a very good question. I'll go evocation. That makes the most sense here. Strong
You're not-
evocation magic.
Oh, is it strong? I thought you said it was weak.
Yeah. So the magic itself it's giving you a strong indication of evocation, but the magical aura around it is quite weak. Very similar to the crystals you picked up from the dinosaur's tail.
I think they might be smaller versions of what we found on that larger creature's tail. Possibly some kind of reactive substance.
There's something wrong with these crystals, and I would not want to be near a large deposit of these.
Probably best left where they are. I don't think there's much value in these. I will continue exploring, but if you find anything else, let me know. I'll literally just take a wander around the entire cavern.
You get a ping here from another one of those crystals. Looks very much like ones you pulled out of the dinosaur's tail.
Is it similar to the ones that are in the wall that Iris found?
It's a lot more condensed and a lot more handleable. It is basically another energized sulfur crystal.
Okay, if I've recognised it from because I
Yeah.
literally picked up several last time, so I will
Yeah.
add it to my collection of 4 already.
Okay, Eyeless. You see the cut stone kind of branches off into multiple pathways ahead of you.
Okay, I will step into the passage and just have a look if there's anything. Whether there's any more whether these are more dead ends or whether they.
Are the rest of you keeping up?
Yeah, I would literally wander around, but then I'd sort of follow in the direction that Eyeless is going. There's nothing coming from are they rocks or is that ore in the middle?
There's no magical glow from them. They seem just dull crystals. I am just going to quickly move you to check one thing, so don't read into this. Oh no, I can pick you up. No other pings. Eyeless. No.
Probably sort of do a once round this whole cavern. Just to make sure that nothing else pings. And then go up to the top.
Give me one moment.
I would imagine Clyde and myself would, carrying the gold, would follow along.
I won't worry too much about moving the boulder, but do move yourselves about because that may have effects.
Like 2 peas in the pod.
What's the range on your dark vision, Eyeless?
300 foot.
300 foot.
Oh yeah, has it been an hour
Since
since we entered?
entered the mine? No. Okay. Give me one moment, Eyeless.
I mean, real time, it takes us an hour and a half to deliberate what we're going to do with an acid pool.
Exactly.
But
I mean,
in
that was
game
59
time-
minutes.
I believe I posted a meme for exactly this situation at the start of tonight's session
Yes,
in the
you did.
Discord chat.
That's what you see in the caverns up ahead, Eyeless. Seems to be some kind of apparatus on a wooden and metal floor in the center of a circular cavern, with strange mechanical devices poking out of the cut stone on the wall.
Captain,
Thought there was a button begging to be pushed.
I pushed the last one.
it seems very strange that there's mechanical devices within a mine, considering what we found so far.
Depends what sort of mechanical devices.
I'll-
Could it just be mining equipment?
As you pass that corridor, you get to have a quick look down it.
Icky crystal.
So you enter into this room and you see this large circular kind of like flooring. It's a large wooden section with metal bracing around it. You can just about see like little cracks just underneath that seem to lead down to a cavern below. And you see a large piece of apparatus in the middle, kind of sitting there silently. You see to the left what looks to be very freshly dug or cut tunnel that looks very rough and you can't really see too deep into it. And to the right, you see wooden doors.
Interesting.
So,
I'll fly over and inspect the doors, see if they're A, trapped, and B, locked.
Make an investigation check.
does anything about this seem familiar? And I'm particularly thinking about the prison island that we found that turned out to have a missing prisoner.
Prison Island. No, it doesn't feel familiar to that, but do make a history check for me.
Got a 19.
19. They don't seem trapped, they don't seem locked.
And I'll fly back and tell that to the captain.
History 15.
15. You vaguely remember kind of back to what you know of Kaishun and the Blue Blades. You know that he didn't really like magic very much, but he was very interested in tinkering and mechanical devices and exploring that route. You also vaguely remember hearing that hearing Gabby say that he was very intent on trying to hire her brother into the organization, but she did not want that to happen.
So once we've brought the gold in and made it safe, obviously,
Right.
wander over to these devices over here. What are they made of?
Hang on, I'm just having. Let me fucking pick it up. There we go. Just moving the gold boulder up, just for the reference. I'll say you put it there.
That seems like a good spot for it, so I can see it while I'm,
Yeah. So, make an investigation check.
Sure. Ugh. 8.
8. Some kind of like copper, bronze, maybe.
Some sort of metal. probably turd or
inscrutable
something.
machine.
Yeah. I'll go and stand next to the gold again, just in case.
I'm gonna have a look down the freshly dug tunnel.
Okay. Make a
Yes.
perception check for me, please, Kirkham.
See what's about. Perception. Add to 6.
6. No. Can't really see anything down there.
Rocks.
What are the rest of you up to?
The doors first, Captain, or this device in the middle?
Let's check the doors first.
Is there any sound coming from the other side of these doors?
Make a perception check.
I'm curiously going down that left-hand corridory bit, inching my way, feeling if
Okay.
anything pings.
I'll keep an eye on you as you do that.
Considering, yeah, I'll take that. It's nat 20 for 31.
Phew. Nice.
Silence. You can hear the settling of dust behind the door.
Okay, cool. And I will. Open the door if we can.
Okay, you open the door. You open it and you see this large, kind of wood-reinforced room, filled with broken and empty boxes. You see stacks of discarded planks all amongst the rubble and the ruin, and you see Ilis poking out of one of the boxes. Looks to be a round plank with metal attachments on the ends.
I will move towards it and sort of inspect.
Looks kind of like a lever of some kind, but it's not attached to anything.
Having looked at the mechanism in the middle on the way past, would I be able to hazard a guess that it might fit?
You suspect so.
Cool. This is going to go so well.
Anything pinging?
Not so far.
So I'm going to bring sort of the large lever-like stick to the captain. I believe this is perhaps the winding mechanism.
Is there anything here, or is that just a cut-off corner?
Of stone. Hang on a sec. Bump.
Is it a dead end?
Yeah, it seems to be a dead end.
I just walk far enough down that.
I will
just-
note, detect magic is blocked by a foot of stone.
As long as it's sort of like in that area, I'm not expecting to hit anything through the rock, but I'm just making sure that nothing pings before
Nothing really down there.
I follow everybody else up.
Okay.
And I'll go, oh, what's that? Anything pinging from that?
Nope.
It's not magical.
You said that we could sort of see through cracks on the crack on the rim of this device.
Yeah.
Chamber underneath.
Yeah.
If I actually get up to it, can I have a look through and see
Make a
what's in?
perception check. Just try and look down.
11.
11. Seems to be another dark chamber, very similar to this, just without anything on the floor. It seems to have a hole in the same kind of shape as this one,
I can't
and then
remember.
darkness beneath that.
I can't remember if this has been asked, but what's the ceiling like? Where this piece?
Above you, it seems to be just cut rock.
So it's solid. It's not like this would go up or down.
It certainly wouldn't go up. There's a
Yeah.
ceiling above it.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
Well, we don't know what's in here until we open it, so shall we?
Oh, you up for it, Captain? We come this far?
I would suggest that everybody stands on the platform, though. If we are going to do this.
Well, it's going to go one of two ways, isn't it? If we stand on the platform retreats into the floor and we all fall to our death. Or we stand on the platform, we spin the thing, and the platform slowly descends. Who's to say which it will be?
If the platform was going to move out, surely the mechanism would be to the side, not in the middle.
That's a very good point. I'm not really au fait with mechanisms, as it were.
Everybody on then.
Okay.
Come on, my beauty. I can't move it.
I'll be hovering. So if it does, everyone falls to their deaths, I'll just follow them down and laugh.
Seems fair.
Yeah.
You would
So
laugh
in-
at your a captain's broken corpse.
Are you putting the lever into the slot on the top?
Yes.
Did anyone go and have a look up here, by the way?
Nope.
Are you attempting to pull the lever?
Yes.
I think I'm going to leave that to sort of like, more authoritative people than myself. I fitted
You
the lever.
try to pull it and clunk, clunk. You can't pull it all the way. You can see
that
there is a small hole on the side.
Are we
It
missing a
looks-
cog?
There seems to be something on the side of the apparatus where the lever goes in. Possibly some kind of keyhole.
Missing something.
It's not that easy.
Huh?
It's not going to be that easy.
Okay. I mean, as far as I was aware, it was just a different looking sort of door, so it could be that easy.
I'm going to go back in here and start searching.
Make an investigation check for me, Iris.
I'm also gonna have a look to see if anything pings.
Oh,
I'll go the other way, Captain.
19.
I'll go with you, Captain.
Okay, right. So, looking through this room here, there's nothing. Rotting wood, broken bits of broken tools, nothing really usable.
Anything pinging?
Nothing pinging.
I'm not picking anything up in here.
Line and Zarut, as you guys head up, you see a selection of smaller tunnels. Most of them dead ends, but one with a door.
That one down there, I take it, yeah.
Let's go this way then.
Iris, can you make a perception check for me, please?
I can indeed. Not as good as last time, but still good enough. 26.
You hear flowing water coming from this wall.
Okay.
Does it sound like water or acid? So Klein and I are heading down this path.
Okay. You see a wooden door, similar to the one on the that storeroom, but a little bit smaller, set into the wall.
Okay, I'll check to see if it's unlocked.
Locked.
Again, I'm gonna just sort
Try
of
and break it.
wander around doing a radar ping, see if anything
Radio, Captain.
tingles.
Hey, make an attack roll for me, Klein.
Yeah, and the trident will go away, and I'll get the great axe out for this.
Is that the woodcutter one?
I think you need to be attuned to that one, I'm afraid.
No, I'm not. I haven't got that one in my inventory.
I've got it
Uh,
in mine, but Jade put
It
it in.
does.
So
It does require attunement.
27.
27. Very good. Roll some damage for me, please.
Need the right dice because there's different dice for this one. Where are you? That one. There you are. Oh, that is 16 points of damage.
Blimey. Okay, you kind of just splinter it. They're not using their good wood for the doors. You see a small plush office.
After you, Captain.
Yeah, I'll go and have a look around for anything interesting.
You kind of look around. You see what looks like some kind of sketched map on the desk. Various papers talking about quotas of sulfur, saltpeter. You see small vials filled with what looks like this acid inside of it. If you want to look any further, you can make an investigation check for me.
Can I assist him on this? Because I would be doing the same.
Yeah, certainly. You can either roll separately or one of you roll with advantage.
You've probably got better investigation than me, so go for it.
21.
21. You kind of investigate and you find one drawer hidden kind of. You go around to the seated side and you can see one drawer kind of hidden in the back that appears to be locked. Yeah.
Well,
Would you like me to unlock that, Captain?
like, please don't sneak up on us like that. I just seen you on the map outside the door, and I was going to say, "Oh, just have to do it," and then I thought, oh, "There's no way I know he was there." Yes, Mr. Lack, please. I think I found a little drawer, but it's locked.
That's a 26.
26. Okay. That was your thieves' tools, yeah?
Yep.
Easily. You pull the drawer open, and inside you see. No, that is the wrong page. Where are we? Where are we? There we are. You see a small iron key and what appears to be wrapped up in nice, neat bundles, 400 gold pieces.
Okay.
Zarut, as you're kind of looking over the papers on the desk, you see a name kind of signed on a lot of them. Ingrid Diamond Braid.
Is that the same person we'd seen?
Same name from
sign?
the note that you found, the letter.
Yeah. Well, I think this key is what we need for that mechanism out there. So, if there's nothing else, let's.
Are these vials of acid on the table corked?
Yes, they are.
I'll pick them up then. Look, is there 3? Because there's one on the back desk as well.
Yeah. Hang on. I believe there is actually a vial of acid. Let me just check. Item. Yeah, you can add 3 acid vials.
Okay, cool. And then I'll be like, righto, Captain, just 2 seconds, because the last time we were in an office like this, there was a nice little surprise. And Klein just goes into the centre and kicks both of the chairs over.
Clonk, clonk. The chair's knocked over. You notice they're kind of short, stubby, plush stools. Probably more appropriate for a dwarf to sit on than a human or a tiefling or water genasi.
Just looks to see if there's any notes what fall out the bottom of these chairs.
Nope.
Coming to scope the room.
So he walks back through, and as he comes past this desk, he just gives that a kick on the corner as well. Oh, you think that's it, Captain? No secret
The
notes this
papers
time?
kind of shift, and you watch that map just fall to the floor.
Oh yeah, I was going to pick up the map.
Nothing magical in here. Quarantine.
Nothing of a magical.
You
Sense
look
in
at
here,
the
Captain.
map, Zarut, and you realise that it seems to be a kind of like side-on plan of the mines that you're in. You can see kind of the floor that you're on and various other floors that kind of stretch out as digging has been going on. This is a sizable mine, and you see at the bottom a large open chamber a short distance away from that central pillar of an elevator that has main dig written on it, crossed out, and replaced with testing site.
And that's the chamber down from.
That's chamber
Yeah.
many ways down from the elevator. It's safe to say that it is an elevator or a lift.
I'll point it out to the others in the room. Pose the open question of what are they testing?
Well, maybe it's
That's
like
just a question.
acid weapons, or like the weapons what the dragon had on its spine, Captain. Like explosives. There's some pretty big explosions when we were at Aralis 2 on the boats.
That's true. Good point.
Maybe they were testing like the amounts of it. I
From
don't
your
know.
experience with piracy, the various minerals described in those quotas on the desk, sulfur, saltpeter, other metals, would make you think of explosives.
Saltpeter, Pepper Steve.
Oregano
Vinegar
Owen.
Janice.
Vinegar Janice.
The crystals found in some of the walls in these areas, Captain, seem like less concentrated versions of the ones that we found on that lizard creature's tail. Very volatile. And similar to the one I found on one of those elementals that we defeated in the previous chamber. And I will
Did
show
you pick
him.
that up, by the way?
I did, yeah.
Okay, cool.
I will show it to him as well.
Okay. Well, let's go take a look.
Whatever they're doing, I'll just say this on the way back, but like whatever they're doing, Captain, seems like they're setting up for an armada and a big assault somewhere.
It would certainly appear so.
So, you see, Mr. Bolkin, the thing about gold is it'll never leave you, but it will never upset you. It's always there, you see. That's the thing
Like a
about gold.
friend.
Yes, exactly. But it doesn't say nasty things. It's just there. It's quite warm to the touch sometimes as well, because it's a soft metal, you see. And you can shape it and it's malleable, you see. You can make it into anything you want. Even, as you say, a friend.
As you're
Really?
walking back, if you guys returning to the main chamber?
Yeah.
As you're walking back, you see Eyeless kind of gently caressing the wall where he is.
He's a strange one, that one.
Eyeless.
You would see sort of like tendrils of silver light just sort of probing into the stone in places. And he just turns and looks at you with that sort of blank silver gaze. There's fresh water on the other side of this rock.
Hmm. I will walk up to him and, doing something I've never done before, I will whip out my wand of secrets and give it a wave.
Okay. I'm gonna read the.
Wands out for the lads.
I was about to say that sentence didn't finish the way I was expecting.
Is the one of secrets. There it is. Secret door or trap is within 30 feet of you. Does it tell you where? Points at the one nearest you. Okay. You kind of wave it, and it points you in. Need no snapping for this. Points you in kind of that direction.
I will investigate that particular area of the wall.
Make an investigation check.
Oh, this is going to go well.
Before quarantine drones us all. Oh.
7.
Some
Looks like solid stone to you.
Like, this wand detects secrets, and it pointed me here. I'm not very good at picking up on things like that. Are you better?
Then perhaps speak to Mr. Lack, as he seems to be the authority on these things, rather than potentially tripping something. And if what is, I suspect, is on the other side of that wall,
Definitely pointing kind of
round
that way.
half of our companions.
I will message Lack. Mr. Lack, could you join me and Eyeless down one of the tunnels, please?
I will. Captain, I've been called. Quarantine needs me.
Sure.
By your leave.
I'll start walking with you.
Okay.
Yeah. Choopy, 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 choop. What is it you would require?
Eyeless seems to have indicated that there is some kind of water source behind this wall, and using this wand of secrets that I acquired some time ago and, to be honest, had forgotten about until recently, it seems to indicate that there is a secret at this section of the wall here. Seeing as you're an expert in finding traps and things along those lines, I was wondering if maybe you could have a look.
I'll have a look.
I will
Make an
guide.
investigation check
I will guidance Mr. Lack.
with the guidance plus D4.
Natural 20 for 23.
Don't need it. Good lad.
I'm glad
Sorry,
I didn't see anyone down there.
What was that? What was that you rolled there?
Natural 20 for 23.
Did you include the guidance there?
No. I didn't realise
D4
that's guidance.
that
Is that a
from
D4?
Eyeless.
Yep.
Yeah, D4.
I didn't hear that. That's another 3, so 26.
26. You kind of investigate it, and it's solid stone. There was another passage slightly further up, though.
I will go and have a look at the passage slightly further up.
Ooh,
the two of you get here, Eyeless and Lack, it's Lack with your kind of like heightened senses, and Eyeless with your kind of high perception, you're kind of tuning into this. There's a very faint breeze coming from behind that rubble.
Where is the muscle? I'll message to Klein and tell him to come up here and dig.
You're muted.
Did anyone else hear that?
Are you hearing her call?
No, it
She
sounded
likes to call to people. She calls to people.
it sounded
That's her
male,
call.
and they said I've got to go somewhere and dig.
How do you talk to it?
You have to
I'll
open
come
your
out
mind,
the
Mr. Vulcan.
passageway and shout that, Klein, over here, you big oaf.
Oh, it was you, Mr. Lack. Righto.
I want to try and cast animal friendship on the slab of gold.
Okay, you cast it on the slab of gold, and
Please let me have message.
it's your friend.
I
It's your
feel
friend.
it, old
He's a mimic.
August. I feel it.
Yes. See, gold can be your friend. Gold is gold. Do you
And I'll
understand?
just close
what I
my
mean?
eyes and put my hand on it and go, I'm bulky. What's your name, Mr. Gold?
Give me an athletics check whilst you're to try and dig at the rock, Klein.
Athletics. 24 for me.
24. Okay. After a little bit of time, you kind of dig through, and you will watch as Klein opens up this passageway to a large chamber. You can all start to hear this running water, as the source appears to be. If I can get all of this uncovered. A waterfall. A spring inside the cavern, verdant with growth. And
How
as you step
beautiful.
in and take in this very strange sight, as you can see the sulphurous crystals poking out of the walls here still. As you take in that sight, Aldris, as you're kind of concentrating on the gold, and Vulcan, you would hear this as well, you hear scrabbling in the rock behind you,
Oh, that's
and you
not
see a
good.
small dinosaur-like head just poke out, look at you, and then dart back into the shadows. That is where we're going to finish for today.
Can I leave it on one note? Captain, look at this place. Someone's given it some proper TLC.
Is it because we
Oh,
went chasing?
Fiddy.
Thank you, Nat. Thank you.
I don't. I feel kind of glad that I don't
We'll just
understand.
stick to the rivers and the lakes that we're used to.
Go, Jason Waterfall.
Yeah.
Bless ya.
Recommended session now. So there we go. You have begun to explore the Blue Blades sulfur mine.
Ooh.
Just double
So,
checking,
yes.
but didn't we have a moment before we started investigating the mines in which someone did some kind of perception check and realized the volcano was going to blow soon, so we only had a limited amount of time here?
Someone had a vision that the mountains were going to explode.
That was the one.
Not necessarily volcanic, but definitely an explosion.
Definitely exploded.
So between
Okay.
that and testing site, I'm sure it'll be fine.
But it's okay.
Absolutely,
We
yes.
found this beautiful piece of gold that's
And-
agreed to be our friend.
it was going to explode with yellow flame.
Mm.
Probably start.
No, I can't possibly imagine what that's related to.
Yeah, and I hit you with the all about that sulfur dinosaur. I've got a theme. Can you tell?
No. I mean, yes, obviously. So, yes, indeed. Thank you all for playing. Thank you, Jake, for DMing. No doubt we will find out exactly what the gold wants from Aldris and Vulcan next time. And that's the most important plotline to be following, obviously.
It looked like there was someone trying to steal it, poking their head out of that tunnel.
That's not going to happen on our watch. So, we will be back here on Sunday for The Investigators. And then again the following Tuesday for the conclusion of Aldris and Balkin defend the gold from all comers. So, yeah, we will see you all very soon. And if you liked it, fantastic. Thank you so much. If you didn't, well, you know what to do. Off you fuck.